Who do you have trouble showing mercy? In Romans 9, Paul begins to delve into this idea of God's sovereignty and human responsibility in the context of a relationship with him. Paul has deep concern and even sorrow for those Israelites, his fellow Israelites, that have not yet embraced Jesus as Messiah. He promises that God's faithfulness and his covenant is unchanged. But just being related to Abraham physically does not guarantee a spiritual connection to God that's only available through Jesus. See, God doesn't have any grandchildren. We're all invited to be his children. We can't live on the faith of our ancestors. But all of us are invited to have a personal faith. And we see an example of Pharaoh, who hardened his heart, and so God gives him what he wants and hardens his heart. Remember, in chapter 1, we see that God's wrath is sometimes expressed as giving us what we want, even though the consequences of that are awful. But God desires for salvation for all. He extends his grace and his mercy to everyone, even those who don't want it, and even those we don't want to have it. See, when he says that God has mercy on whom he will have mercy, he's saying that God has even invited Gentiles into this new family, even though that's not what you wanted. But we go back to the beginning of the story. God chose one man, Abraham, to be a blessing to all nations, that his family would be blessed and all nations through him would be blessed. See, in choosing one, he was choosing us all. See, it's faith that gets into a relationship with God. It's not our ancestors. It's not our effort. And this is not some deterministic style of God who moves all the pieces the way he wants. But instead, anyone of any ethnicity is welcome into this new kingdom through Jesus. This is not exclusive, but God's love is expansive, beyond who we are willing to show mercy.